Welcome back. Today, we need to talk about that incredible match last night. It was absolute tactical perfection on the field. That is what makes this game so special.
Welcome to this explainer on the absolutely legendary 2015 UEFA Champions League final in Berlin. We're going to break down a high-stakes clash where two absolute titans of European football sought historic glory. This wasn't just another championship match. No way. This was a massive collision of dynasties at the absolute peak of their powers, all playing out in the iconic Olympia Stadium.
So, let's dive right into exactly what was on the line here: the treble. It's the holy grail, right? Winning your domestic league, your domestic cup, and the Champions League all in a single grueling season. Both Juventus and Barcelona stepped onto the pitch having already secured their national leagues and cups. That meant one of these squads was literally 90 minutes away from cementing their place in absolute history.
Section 1. The Ultimate Football Prize.
Let's look at the incredible stakes of this match on June 6, 2015, played in front of over 70,000 roaring fans. Get this, it was only the second time in the entire history of European football that both finalists arrived at the ultimate match just one game away from achieving a continental treble. The stakes literally could not have been higher. We're talking a winner-takes-all scenario. The victor claims immortality, and the loser, well, they walk away with a brilliant season totally overshadowed by ultimate heartbreak.
Section 2. The road to Berlin.
Let's take a step back and look at who these contenders really were, because they brought some massive, yet completely contrasting, historical baggage to the pitch. On one side, you've got Barcelona. They're this modern dynasty hunting for their 5th European title, showing up with 4 wins and 3 losses in previous finals. But on the flip side, you have Juventus, a resilient, legendary squad, sure, but they were battling the immense psychological weight of 5 previous final defeats against only 2 victories. The Italians were absolutely desperate to rewrite their tragic European history, while the Spanish just wanted to cement their era of total dominance.
Now, looking at Barcelona's journey to the final, you can really see how the legend of their 2015 squad was built. Their run to Berlin was nothing short of spectacular, literally earning the nickname the Perfect Cup. And why is that? Because they systematically eliminated the reigning champions of England, France, and Germany. They dispatched Manchester City, PSG, and Bayern Munich in the knockout stages. They didn't just reach the final, they ran an absolute gauntlet of Europe's finest to get there.
Section 3. An explosive start.
So the whistle blows in Berlin, the whole world is watching, and boom, the match begins with an absolute shock to the system. Just 4 minutes in, Barcelona strikes. Ivan Rakitic finishes this incredibly beautiful passing sequence involving Jordi Alba, Neymar, and Andres Iniesta. That was the 4th fastest goal in Champions League final history, and actually, Barcelona's fastest ever in a final. Before Juventus could even begin to settle their nerves, they were already fishing the ball out of the back of their own net.
To really put that into perspective, the first half stats paint an incredibly stark picture of how things played out after that early goal. Barcelona just completely dominated. They held onto the ball for 66% of the time, managing 4 shots on target compared to a single shot from Juventus. The Italians were visibly rattled. Honestly, their legendary goalkeeper, Gianluigi Buffon, had to make some absolutely crucial saves just to keep them on life support. Juventus was literally holding on for dear life until the break.
Section 4. The Italian fightback.
But then we move into the second half and the momentum violently shifts in favor of that legendary Italian grit. Just 10 minutes after the interval, the whole dynamic of the final flips totally upside down. Claudio Marchisio pulls off this stunning backheel pass to Stefan Lichtsteiner, who sets up Carlos Tevez. Barcelona's keeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, manages to parry Tevez's shot, but Alvaro Morata is right there. He slams in the rebound. 55th minute, Juventus equalizes, and man, it is game on.
As the Guardian's live match reporter brilliantly noted right then, all of the certainties of the opening 50-odd minutes no longer apply. You could literally feel the atmosphere jolt. Juventus, who looked completely outmatched in the first half, was suddenly overpowering the Spanish giants. They were pressing so hard, really testing Barcelona's defense, and making the ultimate result a complete toss-up.
Section 5. Barcelona seals the treble. So how exactly does Barcelona respond to this immense, suffocating pressure from the Italians? Well, in the 68th minute, the magic returns. Lionel Messi unleashes this incredibly powerful, low rasper of a shot from the edge of the area. Buffon gets down brilliantly to parry it, but he can only push it right back into the middle of the box. And Luis Suarez, he reacts instantly, battering the ball straight into the unguarded net. Barcelona snatches the lead back 2-1, answering the Italian surge with just lethal precision.
And there's just an incredible amount of emotion woven into this match too. Shortly after Barcelona takes the lead, their captain, Andres Iniesta, is substituted. He hands the armband over to Xavi Hernandez, who steps onto the pitch for his 767th and final appearance in a Barcelona shirt. It's such a poignant moment of transition for a club legend, happening right in the absolute crucible of a Champions League final.
Down to the wire, Juventus throws absolutely everything forward in those dying moments, desperately seeking another equalizer. But then, in the 97th minute, with literally the very last kick of the game, Barcelona launches a lightning-fast counterattack. Pedro provides the assist, and Neymar just smashes it home. 3-1. The final whistle blows immediately after. The whole shebang is over.
The pure elation of that moment was captured perfectly in the Guardian's live blog. Barcelona become European champions for the 5th time. With that final decisive strike from Neymar, Barcelona joined a super exclusive club of European teams, heavyweights like Liverpool and Bayern Munich, to have actually reached that incredible 5-trophy milestone.
Looking at the final match stats really grounds this whole dramatic narrative in hard data. Barcelona maintained their trademark, totally suffocating possession at 61%, racking up 18 shots total. Meanwhile, Juventus fought incredibly hard to stay in the mix, committing 24 fouls. That's double the amount of Barcelona. It really shows their gritty attempt to just disrupt the Spanish side's relentless flow.
This single match radically rewrote the history books. Think about this. Barcelona became the very first European club to achieve a second treble, after doing it back in 2009. But on the flip side, it dealt Juventus a tragic, record-breaking 6th final defeat. Patrice Evra also became the first player to lose 4 Champions League finals. Oh, and Neymar's final minute goal, that actually tied him with Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo as the tournament's top scorers, with 10 goals each. Pretty amazing company to keep.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to consider about that legendary night in Berlin. When you really look at the stats, the underlying narratives, and the sheer talent on display, does this perfect cup run against the champions of England, France, and Germany make the 2015 Barcelona squad the absolute greatest club team in history? Or does Juventus's gritty, edge-of-your-seat fight back prove that even when you're up against absolute perfection, football glory is always won and lost on razor-thin margins? Thanks for exploring this historic match with me on This Explainer.
That is all for today. We need to talk about that incredible match last night. It was absolute tactical perfection on the field and the field. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.